Hey everybody, it's Kyla, and today this video is dedicated to me just updating all my Endo girls on my endo journey. It's been a while since I actually did a video, and a lot has changed. A lot of you guys have emailed me or sent me messages via social media telling me about what you're going through and asking me questions about my journey. So this is my update. Last time we talked, I believe that I was telling you guys about me using birth control to kind of help me with my endometriosis, and that was working out really good. At the time when I started my birth control, I can say that the pain went from an extreme 10 to about a 4, so it was really, really great. I had to change my birth control about 4 different times until I actually got in a place where I was comfortable. And when I say comfortable, that means that I wasn't having a lot of endometriosis symptoms and I wasn't having a lot of side effects with birth control. Now, for those who have been on birth control, you've experienced birth control, you know that there's a lot of pros and cons. So, we'll save that for another video. But I will say that thus far in my journey, the pain has been very limited because of that. And I'm not going to say that that birth control is the answer, because prior to me actually having my laparoscopy, I was on birth control and it really didn't help. So I think after having my laparoscopy and the fact that I was actually on hormone treatments and then, Lupron, and then actually getting on birth control, those 3 steps actually helped me a lot. But the reality is I don't want to be chemically dependent. So right now I'm just in a process of deciding what my next step is going to be. So I will say that for the last 5 months, I've had no pain. Thank God. It was amazing. And I actually went to a new doctor and she was just telling me, why don't you just stop your cycle altogether? Not such a crazy idea when you have endometriosis, but again, with changing nature comes side effects. So I thought I was just on this high horse of no pain forever. And then all of a sudden I started having these crazy phantom symptoms. And what I mean by that is my cycle wasn't on, but I was going through all the pains of my endometriosis when my cycle comes on. Crazy out of the blue, on birth control, having a great time, no pain. And then one day I woke up and, it started in the middle of the night, like usually my cycle usually starts. And I literally had to go to the bathroom. And I don't know about you guys, but usually my pain starts with me having to do a number 2. And I went to the bathroom thinking, okay, clearly I just haven't been eating right. I need to do a number 2. And that number 2 ended up being very painful. Ended up sweating my life away in the bathroom. Going through the regular symptoms, throwing up, all that, muscle spasms, all that great jazz. And when I tell you, I felt like Jesus was coming back. I really did. I felt like my life was over. I really didn't know why I was going back through this pain. And it really snapped me back to reality that even though I had a great run with birth control, I needed to make sure that I was putting things in place that made me holistically whole. And what I mean by that is, I know I wasn't eating right. I tried, but I was not eating right. I know that my stress levels were extremely high. So, again, this is something that I know I needed to manage. And then I also know that I was not exercising the way that I should have been. Yes, I know. So I really was just very dependent on my birth control to be the answer. And the reality is that even though birth control can help, even though Lupron can help, even though a laparoscopy may be a minimal of a solution in the beginning, the reality is you do have to change your lifestyle. Being a girl with endometriosis your lifestyle is totally different. And the pain does not just disappear. And when you don't have pain, you can't just become comfortable with that. Because the reality is it's going to sneak back up on you if you are not taking care of yourself or taking the steps to make sure that you are holistically together. So, where I am with my journey now, ladies, is the fact that I decided to come off of my birth control this month. Sounds really crazy because we all know when you take it away, it's going to come back like Hurricane Katrina all over again inside of me. And I get it. I know it's going to happen. But the reality is that I needed to give my body a break because clearly when I started having those phantom symptoms, that meant that there was something else that needed to change. So I've taken a break for that. I am dedicating my holistic lifestyle approach to you guys and to myself. So I'm really taking the steps to make sure that I have an exercise plan in place, an endo diet in place, and just making sure that I am managing my stress appropriately and doing the things that I need to do to stay healthy beyond just taking a pill every day. So I say that to say that there are going to be a couple of videos coming up about my endo diet, my endo exercise, and managing my anxiety. I will say though, just a full disclaimer that I don't want to work out. 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 But it's beyond just looking good. It's beyond feeling like, you know, I'm doing it just for the physical, because clearly my body needs it. I need to manage my hormones. I need to manage my chemical balance. And a lot of that comes from making sure that I have a workout regimen. So I'm going to do that. 2, eating. I am an endometriosis girl. So what that means is I feel like I deserve to eat what I want to eat after I go through a lot of pain. And I will, side note, I will say this, that even when I was on birth control, I still had crazy cravings, right? And you guys tell me if you guys go through the same thing. But I still had the crazy cravings of, you know, carb overload. I am a carb fanatic. I want carbs when my cycle is coming on. I want carbs when my cycle is coming off. I want carbs when my cycle is on. I want carbs. So that's going to be a really big challenge for me, is really managing that, and I'm taking on the challenge. So I'm taking on the challenge. I feel like this, to me, has touched me a lot, and I want to be able to be a voice for those who are going through this and know that you're not by yourself. So if you are going through the same symptoms, or you have some advice when it comes to birth control or just the holistic approach, please leave it down below, and make sure you guys like, follow, and subscribe. And until next time, see you later. Bye.